Paris, 1482. It is an age of cathedrals, bell towers, and shadows. In the center of the city stands a huge stone building. Its name is Notre Dame de Paris. Its walls have seen many things: laughter and tears, kindness and cruelty, life and death. Many years later, a French writer named Victor Hugo writes down the story of this church. But he does not write a story about God. He writes a story about people. There are no heroes in this story. There is only a bell ringer whom everyone laughs at, a gypsy girl who dances in the square, a priest with a dark fire burning inside him, and a soldier whose face is handsome but whose heart is empty. Their fates are tied together by an invisible thread. That thread is tied to the bell tower of Notre Dame. The story begins in Paris on a cold January day in 1482. It is the day of a big festival. People call it the Festival of Fools. People in Paris are very happy on this day. They wear strange clothes and colorful masks. They make loud noises in the streets. They sing and dance all day long. There is a special competition at this festival. People try to find the ugliest face in the whole city. The person with the ugliest face becomes the Pope of Fools. Many people join the competition. They make funny and ugly faces. They twist their mouths and cross their eyes. But one person wins very easily. This person is a man named Quasimodo. Quasimodo rings the big bells of Notre Dame Cathedral. He has a very ugly face. His body is bent and twisted. He has a big wart over one eye. One eye is much bigger than the other eye. He is almost deaf because he rings the loud bells every day. The loud noise hurts his ears over many years. But Quasimodo is very strong. He can lift heavy stones and climb high towers. The people laugh and cheer when they see Quasimodo. They put a paper crown on his head. They put a fake robe on his back. They carry him through the streets like a king. Quasimodo does not understand that they are making fun of him. He thinks they really like him. He feels happy for a short time. While the crowd cheers for Quasimodo, a young woman dances in the square. Her name is Esmeralda. She is very beautiful. She has long dark hair, dark eyes, and light skin. She moves like a bird or a butterfly. She dances with a little white goat named Jolly. The goat wears a small gold collar around its neck. The goat does clever tricks. It can spell words and tell time. Esmeralda is a street dancer. She sings and dances to earn money. She has no family and no home. She travels from place to place. Everyone watches her dance. The people think she is wonderful. They clap their hands and throw small coins to her. Some men watch her with bad intentions in their eyes. One of these men is a priest named Claude Frollo. Frollo is the archdeacon of Notre Dame. He is a serious and learned man. He spends most of his time reading books and studying science. He does not like fun, music, or dancing. He thinks these things are sinful. But when he sees Esmeralda, he feels a strange and strong feeling. He wants her very much. He knows this feeling is wrong for a priest. He has promised to serve only God, but he cannot stop thinking about her day and night. That night, Frollo tells Quasimodo to do something bad. He tells Quasimodo to grab Esmeralda and take her from the street. Quasimodo obeys Frollo without asking questions. Frollo saves Quasimodo's life when Quasimodo is a baby. People leave the ugly baby at the church door. Frollo takes him in and raises him like a son. So Quasimodo does whatever Frollo asks. Quasimodo tries to grab Esmeralda. But a handsome soldier sees this. His name is Phoebus. Phoebus is the captain of the king's archers. He is young, tall, and strong. He rides a beautiful horse. He runs to help Esmeralda. He pulls out his shining sword. Quasimodo is very strong, but Phoebus is faster and more skilled. Phoebus stops Quasimodo and saves Esmeralda. The other soldiers take Quasimodo away. Esmeralda thanks Phoebus with a sweet smile. She thinks he is very brave and handsome. Phoebus thinks she is very beautiful and charming. They do not know that Frollo watches them from a dark corner. Then he runs away. The next day, people put Quasimodo on trial. The trial is very short and not fair at all. The judge does not listen carefully to Quasimodo. The judge decides that Quasimodo must be whipped in public. He must also stand in the pillory for 2 hours. The pillory is a wooden frame in the middle of the square. It holds a person's head and hands. The person cannot move at all. Other people can throw things at the person. So people take Quasimodo to the square in front of the cathedral. Many people come to watch. They want to see the ugly man get punished. They take off Quasimodo's shirt. His back is bare. A strong man whips him many times. The whip makes loud cracks. Quasimodo does not cry. He is tough and strong. But after the whipping, the crowd throws stones, mud, and old bread at him. They laugh loudly and shout mean words. They call him ugly names. Quasimodo is very thirsty. His throat is dry. His body is in great pain. He says in a weak voice, "Water. Please give me water." But the people only laugh more. They do not help him. They think it is funny to see him suffer. Then a young woman walks through the crowd. It is Esmeralda. She walks up to Quasimodo. He is the same man who tried to grab her from the street 2 nights ago. She remembers his ugly face, but she does not hate him. She feels sorry for him. She has a kind heart. She takes a bottle of water from her belt. She holds the bottle up to his dry mouth. Quasimodo looks at her with his one good eye. Tears come out of that eye. He has never received such kindness before. He drinks the water slowly. He tries to say thank you, but his voice does not work well. The crowd becomes quiet. Some people feel touched by her kindness. Others are still angry and confused. But Esmeralda does not care what they think. She walks away quietly. From that moment on, Quasimodo loves Esmeralda with all his heart. He loves her more than anything else in the whole world. He would do anything to protect her. Claude Frollo, the priest, becomes more and more sick with his love for Esmeralda. He cannot eat his meals. He cannot sleep at night. He watches her dance in the square almost every day. He follows her secretly at night. He feels angry and sad at the same time. He hates himself for these feelings. But he also hates Esmeralda for causing them. Finally, he decides that if he cannot have Esmeralda for himself, then no one else can have her either. One night, Phoebus asks Esmeralda to meet him at night. She agrees because she likes him. She thinks he is a good and honest man. She does not know that Phoebus only wants to have fun with her. He does not truly love her. Frollo follows them secretly. He hides in a dark corner of the room. When Phoebus and Esmeralda are alone, Frollo jumps out from his hiding place. He pulls out a sharp knife. He stabs Phoebus in the back. Phoebus falls down to the floor. Blood comes out of his wound. Esmeralda screams loudly. Frollo runs away into the dark night. The police come quickly. They do not find Frollo. They find Esmeralda standing over Phoebus's body. They think she is the one who stabbed him. They arrest her immediately. Phoebus is not dead, but he is badly hurt. He cannot speak or move for many days. Only a few people know that he is still alive. People take Esmeralda to a dark and cold prison. They put her on trial for murder. The judges do not believe her story. They think she's lying. They torture her to make her confess. They tie her hands and feet. They put her in painful positions. She is very scared. She is in great pain. Finally, she cannot take it anymore. She says she killed Phoebus, but that is a lie. She only says it to stop the pain. The judges say she must die. She will be hanged in the square in front of Notre Dame Cathedral. Everyone will watch. She cries and prays to God. She does not want to die. She is only a young girl. On the day of her death, people take Esmeralda outside the cathedral. The square is full of people. They have come to watch the hanging. But before the soldiers can take her to the gallows, Quasimodo acts quickly. He swings down from the top of the cathedral on a long rope. He grabs Esmeralda in his strong arms. He runs back inside the church with her. He shouts at the top of his voice, "Sanctuary! Sanctuary!" In those days, churches are places of sanctuary. That means if a criminal reaches a church, the police cannot take that person out. The person is completely safe inside the church walls. The crowd cheers loudly. The soldiers stop and pull back. For a little while, at least, Esmeralda is safe from death. Quasimodo takes Esmeralda to a small room high up in the cathedral. It is a simple room with a bed and a table. He gives her fresh food, clean water, and a warm blanket. He tells her in a gentle voice, "You are safe here. No one can hurt you as long as you stay inside." He watches over her day and night. He sleeps outside her door on the cold stone floor. He does not ask for anything in return. He only wants her to be safe and happy. At first, Esmeralda is scared of his ugly face. It frightens her to look at him. But soon she sees that he is truly kind. He never tries to touch her or kiss her. He brings her fresh flowers every morning. He shows her the beautiful view of Paris from the high towers. He rings the bells very softly. He does this so the loud noise does not hurt her ears. Esmeralda begins to feel safe with him. She thanks him warmly, but she does not love him like a man. She loves him like a dear friend. Quasimodo knows this deep in his heart. It makes him sad, but he is still happy just to be near her. Meanwhile, Frollo finds out where Esmeralda is hiding. He comes to the cathedral late at night. He tries to force her to love him. He says cruel things to her. She says no, firmly. She hates him for what he did to Phoebus. He tries to kiss her. She pushes him away with all her strength. He becomes very angry. His face turns red. He says, "If I cannot have you, then you will die." He leaves her alone. But he does not give up his evil plan. Frollo goes to the leaders of the city. He tells them that Esmeralda is a witch. He lies to their faces. He says she uses black magic with her little goat. He says she must die to protect the city. The leaders believe him. They agree to take her from the cathedral. But the poor people of Paris love Esmeralda. They have watched her dance in the square for many months. They think the king and the priests are being very unfair. A large group of beggars and thieves lives in a secret part of Paris. People call this place the Court of Miracles. Their leader is a brave man named Clopin. Clopin decides to save Esmeralda. He gathers hundreds of his men. They take torches, sticks, long knives, and ropes. They march to Notre Dame in the middle of the night. The torches light up the dark sky. They shout loudly, "Free Esmeralda! Free Esmeralda!" Quasimodo is alone in the cathedral. He looks down from the high tower. He sees the crowd of angry people with their bright torches. He cannot hear what they are saying because he is deaf. He thinks they are enemies. He thinks they have come to hurt Esmeralda. So he tries to defend the cathedral all by himself. He rolls big stones and heavy wooden logs off the roof. They crash down onto the crowd. He fights alone against hundreds of men all night long. Many men die or get badly hurt, but more and more keep coming. Inside the cathedral, Esmeralda hears the terrible noise. She is very scared. Frollo comes to her room quietly. He grabs her arm tightly. He says, "Come with me right now. I will save you from this crowd." She does not trust him at all, but she is even more scared of the angry crowd outside. So she follows him. Frollo takes her to a small hidden door at the back of the cathedral. They go outside into the dark night. He puts her on a small boat. They cross the river quickly. He takes her to a cold prison on the other side. He gives her one final choice. He looks into her eyes and says, "Love me or die right here." She looks back at him without fear. She says, "I will never love you. You are evil. You are a murderer." Frollo becomes very angry. He leaves her with an old woman who lives in the cell. The old woman hates gypsies. She does not know that Esmeralda is a dancer. The old woman holds Esmeralda's arm very tightly. Frollo goes to get the soldiers. Meanwhile, Phoebus has healed from his wound. He is alive and healthy again. He comes back to Paris on his horse, but he does not try to save Esmeralda. He does not tell anyone the truth about the stabbing. He does not love her enough to risk his own life. He only cares about himself and his own comfort. The soldiers come to the prison. They take Esmeralda to the gallows in the main square. She cries as she walks. She looks up at the cathedral one last time. She sees Quasimodo standing alone on the high tower. He is looking down at the crowd. She hopes he will see her and save her again. But he does not see her. He is looking for Frollo in the crowd. The soldiers put the rope around her neck. The trap door opens beneath her feet. She falls through the opening. She dies in just a few seconds. Quasimodo sees this from the tower. He also sees Frollo standing on the other side of the roof. Frollo laughs a cruel, happy laugh. He is glad that Esmeralda is dead. Quasimodo finally understands everything. Frollo is the one who truly killed Esmeralda. Quasimodo feels a hot rage inside him. He runs across the roof toward Frollo. He pushes the evil priest off the edge of the roof. Frollo falls through the air. He hits the hard ground below. He dies immediately. Quasimodo feels nothing now. His only friend in the world is dead. The only woman he ever loved is dead. He goes back inside the dark cathedral. He cries alone for a long time. Many years later, some workers dig under Notre Dame Cathedral. They find two human skeletons lying together in the ground. One skeleton is of a man with a bent and twisted spine. The other skeleton is of a young woman. The man's skeleton holds the woman's skeleton in a tight, loving hug. The bones of the woman are old and fragile. When someone touches them, they quickly turn to dust. The man's bones are stronger. They stay together. The workers try to separate the two skeletons, but as they pull them apart, the man's bones also break into pieces. No one knows who these two people were. Their names are forgotten by history. But the person who knows the whole story understands the truth. They are Quasimodo and Esmeralda. After Esmeralda dies on the gallows, Quasimodo finds her grave. He lies down next to her in the cold earth. He never gets up again. He stays there, holding her bones, until he also dies. He chooses to be with her forever, even in death.